Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are live for Monday Night Nitro, and it is the go-home show before Armageddon next week. And this is going to be big as we start things off with the reigning women's champion. She is yet to decide if she has an opponent for Armageddon, but Rhea Ripley is here tonight. And she's set to go on against another powerhouse in the women's division. Of course, after the pay-per-view Armageddon concludes, we of course have the first superstar shakeup of the Universe Mode Season 3. Hopefully we'll add a couple of new superstars. We'll see what happens. We might even get a roster swap, but nonetheless, Rhea Ripley looking to retain and stay on top, but we'll see what will happen. What will the Universe Mode give us for a women's championship match at Armageddon? Will the title even be on the line at Armageddon? You never know. And there's up to, of course, the general manager here, Kathy Kelly. I remember right, she was the general manager. I forgot if I wrote that down. I did not. But if I remember right, also the general manager for SmackDown is fucking Jimmy Hart. I love it. Anyway, Rhea Ripley, the reigning women's champion, and this is going to be another matchup of two big powerhouse women, two big old beefy girls. Almost said beefy boys. That would have been insulting. Because you're talking about mommy and the physical presence that she brings. You can't forget this woman right here. She's as big and as powerful as they come. Big Raquel Cool. Raquel Rodriguez. And this is a huge opportunity for Raquel. With a win here tonight, you got to think that she jumps the line, becomes the clear and dominant #1 contender in the women's division. And with that being the case, could absolutely go one-on-one with Rhea Ripley at Armageddon. But that remains to be seen. Completely up to our anonymous general manager. But nonetheless, a victory over the champion puts you at the top of the contender pile. And that is what Raquel wants to be. But this should be an absolute powerhouse of a matchup. Two big old powerful ladies set to do battle, set to go one-on-one. And here we go. Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez waiting for the bell to ring. And here we go. We are underway. And right off the bat, roll up by Raquel. Cover. What? Just a one count. One day we're going to get a roll up that's actually going to end up in a victory. But Raquel, so far overpowering. And as soon as I say that, Rhea Ripley with a knee right to the rib cage. Of course, once again, we are not joined by Big Don Andrews. Don Andrews, of course, on a yet another scouting mission. As I've heard, he is still very much trying to court the World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown, or not SmackDown, on Thunder, Big Ivar. A big power slam by Raquel, but does not go for the cover. That could be a mistake. But last I heard, there's many people here on Monday Night Nitro that Don Andrews is also trying to get into the family. But that remains to be seen. As Rhea Ripley starting to stomp a mud hole in Raquel. As these two ladies to the outside. And Rhea stomping away. Ripley now sets her up and sends her into the barricade. What a good counter. Raquel drops the elbow onto the chest, into the heart of Mommy. We are vastly approaching Mother's Day here. As Raquel, no, looks like a counter by Rhea. No, she lets her up. As it looks like the referee might have been coming close to a 10 count. Rhea, Ripley. These two might be battling towards a double count out. Referee getting dangerously close here. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh no! On the floor with a snap suplex. Both these women are down. And disgusting. Our first ever draw in the Universe Mode. LOL, I hate it here. Well, we move on. As here comes Tito Santana. And a lot left to be resolved. Apparently between Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley. We might see that match down the pike in later on this season. We never know. But the Arriba man, Tito Santana, he is here. Ready to go. And a big opportunity for Tito as he takes on a former tag team competitor. Last season, of course, Sean Waltman, X-Pac, one half of the X-rated teams, cordially known as X-rated because if you know, you know, and if you know, you're nasty. Sean Waltman. What very interesting competition here, and a very interesting match. Both these two want to climb the ladder, get themselves into contention to take on the current reigning champion, Braun Breaker, who we have not seen since winning the championship, but will be hopefully in action for Armageddon. We are going to know the card for Armageddon at the end of the night. Unfortunately for those watching on YouTube, it is a Twitch exclusive to see the card. Again, the show will be posted on YouTube, don't you worry. Armageddon will be in a week regardless. So the Arriba man, Tito Santana, Sean X-Pac Waltman, here we go. And I hope to God that this does not end in a draw. A little hand fighting, a little technical wrestling between these two. These two start to circle up. And we got a lock up to start. Collar elbow tie. X-Pac backing up Tito. And oh, there's a cheap shot. Referee will admonish her. Santana moving out of the ring. Good jab there. Tito with a shin breaker. Santana went for a springboard. Nobody home. Waltman able to get out of the way. I mean, a disappointing start here to Monday Night Nitro. Springboard moonsault cover by Waltman. 1, 2. No, only gets a 1. But very disappointing start to Monday Night Nitro here. But something tells me we have not seen the last of Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Good dodge out of the corner there by Waltman. And a big old clothesline by Santana. But Waltman with a cover, roll up, cover, what? No. Tito Santana able to keep that shoulder up, preventing even a 1 count. Very impressive grappling by Tito Santana. Waltman now with a waist lock, trying to set up for something. Santana fighting it. Waltman turns it into a schoolboy. Referee well out of position, but a counter by cover 1. Only gets a 1 before X-Pac able to get that shoulder up. And these two very much wrestling at a breakneck pace here. Referee's asking for a clean break. Is he going to get it from Santana? Gets it from Santana. Does not get it from Waltman. Springboard moonsault. That's how he beat Razor Ramon many a year ago, but does not hold on for the cover. Went for some sort of flipping senton. That was a weird move by Waltman. Off the ropes here. Santana captures the neck. Hits a DDT. But we're going to see a cover right there. But Waltman with the counter. Waltman into the cover. 1. Again, only gets a 1. And another picture-perfect moonsault, springboard moonsault from the top by Sean Waltman here. First spin kick. Tito picks the legs. Looking for a figure 4 leg lock. He's got it locked in the center of the ring, but X-Pac immediately rolls over to reverse the pressure. Forces a break by Santana. X-Pac now setting up for something. Tito reversal and a reverse DDT, but Waltman kicks right back up. Oh, into the referee, and Santana now. Scoop slam, and the legs of Waltman hit the ropes on the way down. Vicious maneuver by Santana. Misses the flying forearm. Waltman able to hold on to the ropes. Saw it coming. Oh, Santana ducks underneath. Leapfrog. Drop kick, no. Blocked by Waltman. Saw it coming again. I mean, I gotta admit, when an X Factor out of nowhere pulls it off, the X Factor cover 1, 2, no! Tito Santana. Santana gets the shoulder up at 2. Waltman can't believe it. X-Pac now looking for another springboard moonsault, nobody home. Drop kick right to the asshole. Which asshole? His actual asshole or the fact that it's Sean Waltman? The world may never know. Waltman went for a kick. Blocked by Santana. Oh, what is this? Looking for a pile driver. And into the cover. Santana 1, 2, and Waltman gets the shoulder up at 2. Back elbow by X-Pac. Picks up Santana. Look at the strength of Waltman. Drops him across the top rope. And Waltman now, no X-Pac. Nice maneuver. Gets tripped up. Santana into a sleeper hold. Oh, but Waltman gets out of it. And X-Pac crossface chicken wing. And he's got it locked in very much in the center of the ring. Santana able to power out of it. Fisherman suplex. Oh, the referee. 2 and 3. Santana so close to the ropes, unable to touch them. You can see that disappointment on Tito Santana. Oh my, what the hell? That's The Rock! The Rock! The Rock, wait, choke! I don't know if that was a choke slam or a rock bottom or a combination of both. Holy shit! The Rock just came out of fucking nowhere and fucked up the shit of Tito Santana. We move on with more women's action as a woman who very much wants to become once again the #1 contender. A powerful woman in her own right, Victoria. One might even say that she is not the lady to mess with. But I am so happy to hear Tattoo. I'm amazed that WWE actually gave her this name, but that's beside the point. Excuse me. But it is not going to be an easy night for Victoria. She's got the plucky absolutely the smallest competitor here on the Monday Night Nitro Women's Division. But don't underestimate Zelina Vega. She is as feisty and as fierce as they come. I mean, am I still allowed to call her, Zelina Vega, or do I have to call her Thea Trinidad? Like, if I have to call her Thea Trinidad, I will gladly do so. Anyway, this should be a very much a difference of styles. Zelina Vega much more of a high flyer, whereas Victoria absolutely looking to overpower her opponent. And Zelina Vega immediately springboard, and Victoria moved just enough to get out of the way. Wait, Victoria, roll up, no, into the ropes. And Zelina starting to put the boots to Victoria, but these two lock up in the center of the ring, and did not expect that. Zelina Vega outpowering Victoria just a little bit. And Victoria now got Zelina in a headlock, standing side headlock now, really cranking it in, and just sends her flying. Into a backslide, referee in the right position, but it took too long to get there. No, not even a 1 count. A big clothesline by Zelina. But Victoria hits a big crossbody. Follows it up with another one there. And Victoria starting to slow the match down. Slowing the pace down. Monday Night. Big elbow! Discus elbow by Zelina Vega. And we were talking about slowing this match down, but Zelina picks the pace right back up. Holy shit. And Zelina now, second rope. DDT. Beautiful tornado DDT. Shades of the late, great Fuego del Sol. Victoria now. Big snap suplex. Beautifully done. Beautiful execution on that snap suplex. That is why she is not the lady to mess with. And we just got a close-up of Zelina Vega. All sorts of bruises on the back. Into the ropes. These two women collide in the middle of the ring. Big clothesline by Victoria. And there's the springboard leg drop. And to add insult to injury, I know it's to protect the knee, but that knee brace does some significant damage. And another tilt-a-whirl spinorama flippy-dippy leg drop by Victoria. But Zelina catches her with a drop kick. And Zelina hanging in there, as we've seen her do so far this universe mode. But Victoria, back elbow, no block by Zelina. Could be looking for... Oh, geez, Victoria just straight up slapped her. And again, an overhead chop. As these two starting to trade in the middle of the ring. And I don't think this is what Zelina wants to do. This is not to Zelina's benefit, as Victoria significantly more of a powerhouse. And getting the better of these shots, but Zelina fighting strong, hanging tough. And we got a hockey fight. The playoffs are still in town. And Victoria got the better of it. Send up for something here. Tilt the world backbreaker. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Victoria able to overpower Zelina Vega tonight. Will Victoria get another shot at the Women's Championship and get another shot at Mommy, at Rhea Ripley? We're just going to have to wait and see as the championship committee, led by our general manager, Kathy Kelly, makes all of those decisions. But a big win nonetheless for Victoria over Zelina Vega. as we are heading towards your main event tonight on Monday Night Nitro. And it is indeed main event time. And we are set for one of the legends. The drunkest man alive. Drunk as funk. Terry Funkin' Funk. He's had himself a hell of a rivalry with Sid Vicious, Sid Justice. Ever since Money in the Bank. That ladder match where Sid Justice has powerbombed Terry Funk through a goddamn ladder. And for whatever reason, Sid Justice just does not want to see Terry Funk, for lack of a better word, alive. But that remains to be seen. Terry Funk tonight, a completely different challenge. A completely different opponent. But always lurking in the shadows. Will we see Sid Vicious tonight? It feels like 1990s, 2000s WCW here indeed, making his way to take on Terry Funk tonight is Freakzilla, the big bad booty daddy. Big Papa Pump, the master of the meat, Scott Steiner. And this is actually, I mean, you gotta wonder, is Sid Justice and Scott Steiner, are they in cahoots? I mean, I'm just asking the question here. Is the big bad booty daddy in cahoots with Sid Vicious? You gotta wonder if that's the case. Because Scott Steiner, as big and as beefy as they come, can do a whole heck of a lot of damage to Terry Funk. It has not been confirmed, but we are assuming we're going to see Terry Funk and Sid Justice in some way, shape, or form at Armageddon. And right there, the big bad booty daddy just runs over Terry Funk. Get out of the tracks. And Steiner drops the elbow. I mean, I'm a little disappointed. Usually he do some push-ups out of that, and we got a little bit of a gator roll from Steiner. Now it looks like we are starting to see the marching orders. Starting to see the marching orders from Sid Vicious. If there are marching orders. As Steiner now setting up the Funker. Good counter. Terry Funk clips the leg, clips the knee. Falls it up into a small package. Cover one. And he gets a one. As Funker now flipping over Justice and giving him some noogies. Giving him some nasty noogies, some right hands. And Funk now. These two lock up again. Terry Funk able to push back Steiner. And you got to believe there was no clean break intended. Big back elbow by Steiner. Oh, could we see the nope? Those big snake eyes and Funk might have been busted open. And yeah, definitely from that angle, we see some blood pooling from the head of Terry Funk. He might have gone a little bit too far and hit that turnbuckle ring, that steel. I mean, the referee might want to check that turnbuckle pad to make sure it's intact properly. But Funk now with a little bit of a choke on Steiner. That's not legal, but Funk seemingly, as always, fighting for his life off the rope, blocked by Steiner. A big clothesline by Steiner there. And a cover. One. Only gets a one. I mean, we've seen the lights out nonsense from The Rock here tonight. And Steiner again goes right into that barrel hold. Really starting to wear down Terry Funk. We're trying to get a close-up of that head, and a good dragon screw by the Funker. Steiner clothesline sending Terry Funk all the way to the floor, and Scott Steiner celebrates by doing some push-ups. And wait, on the floor with the fucking Steiner. Oh, we've seen her hit that move, and that usually is the setup for one of the nastiest moves in all of the universe. Oh, Terry. Oh no. That exposed turnbuckle pad. Never a good thing, but the referee there to repair it. Steiner got him set up. No. Oh, Funk got out of it. That had screwdriver written all over it. Shin breaker, backbreaker combination. Funk is a bloody mess. As these two warriors get back up, and look at Funk. Shoulder breaker by Terry Funk. Possibly looking for that Texas death hold. Steiner, no, back elbow by Funk. Funk with a back suplex drops Steiner. Funk trying to collect his thoughts here. Goes after the leg. Goes after the knee. Smart decision here by Terry Funk to go after the knee of Steiner. And Funker, big double axe right across the big beefy back of the big bad booty daddy. He's looking for a pile driver, maybe a power bomb. Steiner had none of it. Steiner could be looking for the screwdriver. No, we've been looking for a Frankenstein, blocked by Funk. Funk now, snake eyes in the corner. And the referee not able to put that turnbuckle post back 100%. Apparently, we know Terry Funk took that turnbuckle post off earlier, and it looks like some variation of the metal clipped the face of Scott Steiner. Oh, but Steiner doesn't give a shit. Busted open or not. No, win for the Frankenstein. Funk holding on. And still Steiner hurt the knee. Steiner might have hurt his knee. Funk to the top. Or from Brett's rope, I should say. Double axe, he crowns him. Then again, targeting the open wound. Funk, good reversal there. For what it's worth, wrestling a very sound match, and Steiner drives the elbow into the knee. Falls it up, DDT by Terry Funk. Wait a minute, Steiner, cover 1, 2, no! Terry Funk gets the shoulder up. But Funk middle age, crazy! Even flow, Raven effect style DDT. That could do it right there. 1, 2, no! Steiner able to kick out at 2. Terry Funk goes straight right hand, right to the open wound of Steiner. That is both these superstars bloody messes. Back elbow by Steiner. And just hurling Terry Funk all the way to the floor. Look at the size, the big bad booty daddy. 100 times better than the hardcore hoochie daddy. But that's a different story. Steiner on the outside. Drops the big elbow right across the neck. A jawbreaker. Terry Funk is alive. Terry Funk will keep coming and coming. And the man doesn't stop. The man's on so much blue chew he doesn't know when to stop. As a rake the back. Funk sending Steiner in the ropes. We could get a count out here. I don't think Terry Funk cares if he wins by a count out. Like, oh God, he's a covered in blood. And he will win by count out. 2 countouts in this episode, but Terry Funk is a goddamn bloody mess. But victorious nonetheless here tonight. Terry Funk, covered in his own blood, getting the victory here tonight. That'll do. We are live, bumpity-boopy, bippity-boppity-boo. We are live from Rome, Italy. Welcome to Thunder, the go-home show before Armageddon, and we're kicking things off with women's action here as Julia, who has had her sights very much set on B-Fab, the current reigning, possibly defending, either way, the current reigning women's champion. But not an easy night tonight for Julia as she takes on Liv Morgan. A very tough competitor, very tough competition. But tonight we look to set the stage and determine who is officially going to be competing at Armageddon. So many things to come from rumor and innuendo. There is supposed to be a 6-man Hell in a Cell match. That is going to be chaotic and crazy. Also, here tonight, from the from the Thunder show, Stone Cold Steve Austin most likely will take on, it is yet to be official, but most likely will take on Tank Ledger. You'll see other such matchups as Terry Funk against Sid Justice. And so much more as we are starting things off with Liv Morgan. Trouble. That's her. Cherry lips and bad energy. The crowd is saying things that we are not allowed to. I don't know if we're allowed to say it. YouTube's weird. Things we can say on other social media platforms, we might not be able to say on YouTube. Liv Morgan went for a drop kick and nobody home. As Julia able to move out of the way, either that or just flat out ate it. And Julia, who's had her sights very much set on BFAB in the women's division. But another little, I guess a tune-up match, but another opportunity. Oh my God, just a deadlift suplex. And Julia now. Liv Morgan moving out of the way. Morgan now went for a kick block by Julia, and a roaring elbow right to the jaw. I'm about to say Julia has had her eyes set on BFAB, her eyes set on that women's championship ever since not being able to capture it at Money in the Bank. Although, to her credit, she didn't know it was in the briefcase. Nobody did. Big drop kick right to the back in the corner by Morgan. I mean, don't count out Liv Morgan. As tough a competitor as they come. Well, nope. Sets up Julia with a counter. Clobbers her in the back of the head. Wait a minute. Inverted suplex. That was just rude. You don't see many inverted suplexes at all. And Morgan now. Starting to get the pace snap suplex. Holds on. Could be the Tres Amigos. Shout out to Dirty Dome. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero. Shout out to Rey Mysterio. Oh, there's the Tres Amigos. But Liv got caught. Julia just makes her eat a boot to the face. One. Only gets a one, though. That's why we say don't count out Liv Morgan. As tough a competitor as they come in the women's division, Morgan sets up Julia. Julia counters out of it. Chops the leg. But Morgan with a counter of her own. Kicks to the gut. Coming off the ropes and, oh, beautiful variation of a code breaker type maneuver by Morgan. Both these women are down. But slowly, just as I say that, these two makes their turn to Liv Morgan with a variation of Oblivion. What is this? What is this? I think that's JC Jane's music. And Julia looking to take advantage. Cover on Morgan off the distraction. Only gets a one. That was out of the blue and random, but wait a minute. Julia! Falcon Arrow spinning. Falcon Arrow does the deal. But she's not done. Liv Morgan in trouble. God! Just drove her knee through her face, but Morgan kicks out at two. I think Liv Morgan just had her nose broken. But she continues to fight. And Morgan now looking for Amigo number dos. Another Tres Amigos by Liv Morgan. But Julia right back up. Julia no selling that shit. Beams her in the head with a fucking headbutt. But with it, Liv Morgan with a roll up. Cover one, two, no. Julia able to get the shoulder up just in the nick of time here. I thought Morgan had her with that schoolboy, with that roll up. Whatever Liv was coming up with. Julia with a counter and a chop block. Sets up for something here. Big back suplex. And again, dropping Liv Morgan on her head. But Liv able to continue fighting, which is insane to me. Another counter by Julia. And oh God, a headbutt, but I don't think anybody won with that. Liv Morgan going for the third time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 amigos. And oh no, Liv sent all the way to the floor. And Julia's coming after her from the floor. Does a straight up forearm to the face. But Morgan now looking to keep the momentum. Julia was looking for something here. Morgan able to fight out of it. Good counter by Liv. Codebreaker on the floor. I mean, I don't know who won that. I don't think anybody did. We're going to see another freaking draw here tonight. No, thank God Liv throws her into the ring. I would have been bullshit, to be honest with you. We saw 2 draws and 3 countouts. Liv Morgan crossbody from the top. Cover 1, 2. No! Julia kicks out at 2. Unbelievable. Julia able to get the shoulder up again. And Morgan, almost a variation of the standing. Cover 1, 2. No, Julia gets the shoulder up again. A variation of standing oblivion. Julia remains in this match. 10, 11 y 12. I mean, wait a minute, roll up by Julia, cover 1, 2, no! So close, Julia, to getting that 3. Wait a minute, Julia. Oh no. Oh God! It was like a package suplex. The referee trying to get the hell out of the way. Julia could be thinking that running knee one more time. And these two, oh God, it's just a hard right hand and overhead chops and slaps. Another right. A backhand by Liv. A slap, a chop. Another chop. Julia and Liv in the center of the ring exchanging blows. This has been one hell of a women's match. And Liv Morgan wants some more. And she's getting it. She's getting it from Julia, and now she's dishing it out. And these two women, center of the ring, it's a scrum. It's a hockey fight. But Liv seeming to get slightly the better of it. And Liv could be looking. Oblivion! She got it. Cover. 1, 2, 3. What a match. What a victory. What a performance by Liv Morgan tonight. As we take a look at some of the highlights. I mean, Liv Morgan, a bloody mess in her own right, but able to pull off an impressive victory over a woman who was seemingly challenging for the women's championship. And in my opinion, that has got to put that #1 contendership just completely in limbo, as Liv Morgan able to knock off Julia here tonight. Oh, Liv Morgan's a mess. She's going to absolutely need to go see the doctor after this. But what kind of effect does this victory have for Armageddon next week? We're going to find out later tonight. But Thunder shall move on with that man right there, Roddy. Roddy Piper. The pride of Scotland. And probably the best professional wrestler to ever wear a goddamn skirt since the Headbangers. But very much an interesting one in its own right. We are still trying to figure out if anyone is going to face Ivar at Armageddon. One of those men, hell, could be Roddy Piper. The world may never know. As we are waiting for the official decision of the, of the championship, of the #1 contenderships and of the card, the finalized card. We are waiting from the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, to provide that to us. But Piper will have a hell of a contest here as he goes up against one half of the tag team champions in Tomasso Ciampa. And Tomasso coming by himself. No Earn. No Khali. Just straight up Tomasso Ciampa. Man, I'm casually looking over my set list. I don't see, unless it's news to me, I don't see Roddy Piper in any sort of a tag team. So very interesting opportunity. A rare singles match for Tomasso Ciampa. Again, one half of the tag team champions. And I don't know if this is just 100%, the Rowdy, the general manager here, Jimmy Hart, telling Tomasso he's got to go at this alone, but surprising by his absence is the great Khali, the other half, of course, of Stage 1 Evolution. Although for a guy like Ciampa, what would this victory entail? Like, if Tomasso Ciampa is able to knock off Roddy Piper, like, you gotta wonder if maybe they were looking at double champ Tomasso, and I was gonna say very rare to see sportsmanship from Ciampa. But Piper very much aware and very much knows that kind of game. And you got to wonder what level of cardio. I know Tomasso Ciampa in great shape, but predominantly known as a tag team wrestler. This is a rare singles opportunity and not even a singles match in the tag team division. This is Tomasso Ciampa fighting against consistently a singles opponent. But so far, Ciampa holding his own against Piper. Continues to stomp away, and no good counter by Roddy. Roddy going to work at the legs. Ciampa with a good counter. Of course. Oh, Ciampa going to taunt. I thought for a second we're still waiting for our move of the night, sponsored. Oh, maybe I can't even think of a sponsor. But small package. And if you want a kick out of your small package, get yourself some Nugenics. There's a new sponsor for you right there. Piper with a chop. And a straight right hand to Ciampa. Roddy going to the throat, and Roddy now goes to the eyes. Just taking all the cheap shots, all the shortcuts. And Ciampa backs up Roddy into the corner. And a rare clean break. Didn't think I'd see a clean break today. Some elbows there. Piper. Tomasso breaks it up. Shot right to the midsection. And Piper now. Oh no. Piper, I thought, might have some bad intentions, but Ciampa able to counter out of it with an elbow, a forearm of his own. And Piper going right back to the throat. And Tomasso, Ciampa forced to cover up. And of course, we know Piper wants that heavyweight championship, wants that United States championship here on Thunder. Snake Eyes in the corner, falls into the cover. One, only gets a one. Good kick out by Ciampa. And Piper now coming off. Oh, nobody home. Nobody home for Piper. It's Tomasso starting to work over the legs, but Piper with a reversal. And follows that up. Ciampa with a jawbreaker, but Piper goes right to the stomach. Counters the overhead chop. Into the corner now. And Ciampa, this is where Ciampa can be vicious. As he's letting him think about it. Good looks like a counter by Roddy. Went for a flying knee and Ciampa saw it coming. Ciampa thinking of something. Roddy rolling to the outside. Smart maneuver, but Ciampa, oh no. Not on the floor. Not on the floor. Project Ciampa on the floor. Oh, that was despicable. Rolls into the cover. 1, 2, and Roddy Piper kicks out. But that could, oh no, I thought for a minute we were going to see a fairy tale ending. But Piper with a fairy tale roll up. Cover 1, 2, no. Ciampa able to kick out. Piper follows that up with an elbow right to the jaw and another one to the heart. The black heart of the Sicilian psychopath, and Piper into the sleeper. And Ciampa very close to the ropes. But Joe turns it into a jawbreaker. As these two men, Ciampa, big knee right to the skull of the rowdy one. Face first here, back elbow by Roddy. Piper now send up Ciampa. Snake Eyes drops him across the top rope. Ciampa crawls into the corner. Roddy Piper stalking his prey. Coming in, running, starting the stinger splash in the corner. Piper looking to set up for something. But here we go. Overhead chop by Ciampa. And you gotta wonder, both these two superstars, very strong strikers. Ciampa wants some more. Piper unleashing heavy artillery, as so is Ciampa. These two blocking each other. Overhead right, and another, and Ciampa knee to the face. Very impressive knee to the face by Tomasso. Psycho killer from the middle rope, from Brett's rope. Went for something, Piper moved out of the way. Very smart move there by Roddy. Piper caught him with a flying knee. One might call that a Brutus Beefcake high knee, and right back to the sleeper. But Tomasso too close to the ropes. Piper, could he lock in that sleeper hold a third time? Put Tomasso to sleep. But Ciampa able to fight out of it, turns it in. Complete shot, beautifully done. Oh, Ciampa Could be looking. Oh, no, Piper blocked it. I think Ciampa was thinking a second time. The fairy tale ending. But there will be no fairy tale ending so far in this one. Piper, no. A 2 boots. Wait a minute. Ciampa. Send up. Project Ciampa again. The second time he hit it in the match. Come on. 1, 2. And Ciampa. One half of the tag team champions. Tomasso Ciampa with a victory over Roddy Piper tonight. A massive victory for one half of the tag team champions. The Sicilian psychopath Tomasso Ciampa. We roll on here tonight on Thunder. And you better believe a storm is brewing. You want to talk about pound for pound. One of the most dominant and strongest and toughest looking just in the entirety of Thunder. You've got to be talking about that woman right there. Jade Cargill. Jacked to the gills. A powerhouse of all powerhouses. And again, another huge opportunity. Jade Cargill also chasing BFAB. But she's had her issues so far with JC Jane. Although I don't know if those have come to a head or not. That's still to be determined. But Cargill, a very interesting opponent tonight as she goes up against Izzy Dame. And of course, unfortunately, Izzy has not exactly had the best track record so far in the Universe mode, but you know, anything is possible. Anything can change here tonight. As here comes Izzy. Jade Cargill walking around the ring like a caged animal. And Izzy looks like she's about to do some voodoo, some hoodoo, some witchy shit, but will it be enough to overpower a powerhouse? One of the more dominant women in the women's division here on Thunder. And Jade Cargill. And you know what? I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't think so. It's a no from me, dog. But, I mean, she can try. Like, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to sound biased. But Jade Cargill has been on a tear ever since episode 1, and I just don't think Izzy Dane has it in her. But I am more than willing to be pleasantly surprised, as of course after this, our main event. What a main event! Stone Cold Steve Austin goes one-on-one with John Cena. And wait, whoa, there's JC Jane. Jade Cargill staring daggers at JC. And it's almost for the second time tonight. Jane is getting involved. And she's just going to sit at ringside. Just catching a seat. Certainly she's not going to get involved at all in this one. Jade Cargill starting to Oh my, manhandle Izzy Dame. Cargill wants Izzy up. Was Cargill thinking springboard crossbody? Nailed it. Picture perfect springboard crossbody by Jade Cargill. And into a sit-out powerbomb. This one could be over real quick. Hope you got your stopwatch ready. But Izzy moving out of the way of that knee. And a little bit of a power move from Izzy Dame in her own right. But I don't think it's enough. Wait a minute, here we go. Cargill and Izzy in the middle of the ring. And wait a minute, referee checking on Izzy. No, JC Jane! That's a disqualification if I've ever seen one. JC Jane, a blatant disqualification. And the referee trying to stop these two, but Jade Cargill and JC Jane, this is not over, and they're not waiting for Armageddon. Well, Izzy Dame not going to pick up a victory. Jade Cargill will get the win tonight via disqualification. And I don't think JC Jane or Cargill cares. Discus boot right to the face of Cargill. And JC just bad-mouthing her the whole way. Snapmare just kicked her right in the jaw. Almost hit her right in the bridge of the nose. And a spear by Cargill, but no. I think Jade held on. Turned it into a DDT. JC now is starting to get nasty. Jade Cargill starting to fight out of it herself. Referee doing absolutely fucking nothing to stop this. Cargill went for the pump kick, nobody home. Jane with the not a roaring elbow, but just an elbow. And referee doing absolutely nothing to stop this. Oh no! Jane eating nothing but turnbuckle. Cargill runs her over because she's a Mack truck. Oh no. Sets her up big. Power bomb to JC Jane, and now this is spilling to the outside. And Cargill on the outside. No. JC Jane with some elbows. Discus, big boot. Variation of a feast your eyes, Donovan Dijak style boot to the head. And another just kick right to the face. But sent on nobody home. And oh my God! Center flying and Jane almost hitting the goddamn apron. Oh, it snaps off a Hurricane Rana. These two women proceeding to still fight on the outside. Cargill now. Oh, choke slam on the floor. Oh, that could be the setup maybe for Jaded. Into the stair. Into that stair. Jesus Christ. Into the chair. And wait, JC Jane. JC was thinking to put Jade and Jaded. Oh, that would have been a huge mistake. And Jade Cargill gonna make her eat her words as she hits Jaded. And apparently this fight still continues. I mean, that referee's got to get better control of this situation. This is not a match, folks. Oh, there's a roaring elbow by Jane. And JC now dragging Cargill by the hair. Face first into the turnbuckle. coming off, and a back elbow, back butt slam, hip attack, flip into the corner. But Cargill gets the kick up. These two women just going at it. Somebody's got to put a stop to this. Cargill in the corner. Big elbow there by Jade. And Jade for another choke slam to JC. Oh, no, no. A third choke slam. Oh, good. She could be doing a fourth. JC able to break it up. Cargill dragged into the turnbuckle. Jane coming off the ropes and nobody home. And Cargill could be thinking, oh, just a release. Northern Lights throw. That's usually the setup for Jaded, but no Jaded. As Jane with a Uranagi. And still continues to badmouth Jade Cargill. And just some paintbrushes coming off the ropes and big knee right to the face. She's not done with her. Drags her into the sever. The referee here still just letting these two go at it. Roaring elbow by Jane. And Cargill somehow back to her feet. Sends her into the ropes. Back elbow by Jade. Jade hooks the arms. And another Jaded. And these two are still fighting. Can we get some training staff? Can we get some trainers, some referees? Somebody, can we get some fucking order going on this show? Holy shit. As these two women continue to just battle each other. Oh no. Oh, sit out. And Cargill, apparently, finally, we are getting some training staff. We take a look at some of the replays from that fight. There's a lot of unsettled business. Unsettled business between these two. I have a feeling we are far from over. Between JC Jane and Jade Cargill. We're going to see these two compete at Armageddon. Unconfirmed at the moment. As we roll on with more Thunder. As it is main event time. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the reigning United States Champion. Arguably one of the most unbeatable superstars, whether it be on SmackDown, whether it be on Thunder. This man has had just an absolute death grip on that United States Championship. And we thought we were going to see Stone Cold Steve Austin against Randy Orton. But Austin pulled a fast one and said, screw all of y'all. Creative control. I'm fighting Tank Ledger. But tonight Stone Cold takes on one of his toughest opponents to date. That is right. He is taking on Big Match John. The big JC himself. And the big question is Austin ready for this type of a test? Is he ready for the hustle? Is he ready for the loyalty? will he have some respect for that man right there? The big JC, John Cena. As he whips out his cum rag. It's time to go to work. John Cena has made it known he also wants that United States Championship. He wants a piece of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you gotta believe, as much as Tank Ledger, currently the #1 contender, John Cena gets a victory here tonight over Austin. And we gotta be looking at a whole different matchup at Armageddon. And you gotta believe, if you are Tank Ledger, even though last week you got the shit kicked out of you by the tag team champions, you gotta think that Tank is at home loving the fact that Austin has to go up against a competitor like John Cena. Go up against Big Match John. And Austin immediately on the attack. And Austin has finally found somebody in John Cena who is not going to back down to him. Not going to, deal with the aura that is Austin. Beautiful headlock, standing side headlock by Austin, and just takes over John Cena. And Cena with an elbow, springboard stunner, and Cena already fired up, could be looking for the attitude adjustment early. Cena with a fucking Frankensteiner. Oh my God. Oh, and Austin, a double axe smash across the jaw. Follows that up with a big old elbow. And Austin now pounding the head of the big JC, John Cena. Cena off the ropes. Shoulder tackle. Coming off again. A second shoulder tackle. That's 2. Here comes move number 3. That's usually the setup. Cena was maybe thinking 5 moves of doom, but Austin saw it coming. But so far in the early goings of this match, it is all John Cena. Oh, and Cena looking for it. Oh, Austin saw it coming. Austin saw the "you can't see me," the 5-knuckle shuffle. Moved out of the way, but Cena with a nice side slam, cover 1. Only gets a 1. Austin able to get the shoulder up immediately. Cena now maybe thinking another one. Austin holding on and turns it into a powerbomb. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Eat the elbows. Cover by Austin. 1, 2. Cena gets the shoulder up at 2. Big clothesline. Austin takes off John Cena's head. Austin, stunner to Cena! And that could do it immediately. Cover. 1, 2. No! Big Match John with a big match kick out. And the fight continues here in Milan. Cena now coming off the ropes. Just boot to the head of women. Austin and Cena. A slugfest in the center of the ring. And Austin getting the worst of it. But Austin's going to walk away here. Referee trying to calm Cena. Austin's going to take his ball and go home. Now wait, that's Tank Ledger! That's a disqualification, ref. He just hit Austin. And Tank Ledger just threw Austin back into the ring. The big JC, John Cena. shoulder tackle, and Austin back again to the floor. Cena to the top. Body splash all the way down to the floor. And Austin, no, good counter by Austin. Coming in, Bulldog on the floor. At a count of 4 or 5, Austin with some mudhole stomps. These two gotta get inside. A count of 6, maybe a count of 7. Austin sending Cena into the stairs. Come on, guys, get back in the ring. Nobody wants to see a fucking count out. Count of 8, maybe a count of 9. Cena's down for the count. And Austin walks out of this one with a shitty count out victory. After all that, Austin survives via a count out. That's absolutely disgusting. That's asinine. But Stone Cold Steve Austin has Tank Ledger to deal with at Armageddon next week. Who will walk out the United States champion? That is it for tonight. That is it for Thunder. We will see you for Armageddon.